guys, today, boy. Alright guys, this is what not to buy at a freaking garage sale. As you guys can see, I have a plethora of what I'm about to say. I have the top 3 things not to buy when you go to a garage sale. What's going on, guys? My name is Andy. And I have been investing for about 3 years now. I am someone who loves to create content on things that I have personally made money on, from sports cards to Beanie Babies to online meal plans to online stocks, stuff like that. So if you guys can, please subscribe. And if you guys can, this is something you need to do before you go garage selling, and it's like this video because it's going to help me and the algorithm a lot. We're kind of dating right now, but we're on bad terms right now, so if you guys can, please like this video. But let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, do not buy are these little freaking toy cars. Now, if you are new at this, I have tons and tons and tons and tons of Hot Wheels, and tons and tons and tons of Hot Wheels, and tons and tons and tons. My garage is filled with this. With Hot Wheels, if you are not educated like myself in Hot Wheels, yes, there are some extremely rare ones, but there are more out there that are worth less than $1 than there are those that are worth more than $1. And if you are a new investor, guys, this is going to take too long for you guys to kind of look into. Yes, you do have to look them up each individually. But guys, I thought this was going to be a big hit, and unfortunately these are like, this is $1, this is $1, this is like 25 cents. So again, guys, I made a mistake because I saw a big lot of it and I bought a big lot, and I did sell some for like $3, $4, but one, the return is not there really for me. I didn't see the return there. For Hot Wheels. This was just a bad investment. I spent $5 on the big lot. I kind of made my money back, but the amount of time that I invested looking them up, selling them, packaging them, and setting them up, at the end was not worth it. And again, guys, I want to say that, you know, there are some that are worth thousands and thousands of dollars. Are you going to find that out there? Probably not, because those are the ones that are going to be kept for people. So normally, if you are a collector and you're putting things in storage, you don't really put that toy car in with a bunch of junky toy cars that are already damaged. So when you see something like this, guys, and it's kind of damaged box, they didn't really take care of it, so it's probably just junk. To be honest, again, I messed up buying this. It's a lesson I learned, and I'm not gonna make this mistake again with just toy cars. Now, second, I'm not saying vintage toys don't suck, because they really do. You just gotta be a little bit knowledgeable. Secondly is good old Beanie Babies. Good old Beanie Babies. I have made about $300 on Beanie Babies throughout my entire, not $300, $100 in the last 3 years. I just sold one for like 50 bucks. But again, guys, it was extremely hard to be educated on this stuff because there's so many Beanie Babies that are not worth anything that it's going to be really hard for you to actually find ones that are. But here's a little tip, guys. Don't invest in McDonald's Beanie Babies if they're after 1993. These are still in the packaging, and I was like, man, I hit the jackpot, and I bought it. I bought it for like $1 for like a big ass bin, and these are actually from 1998, and they're not worth anything. So 1993 is what you kind of want to find for Beanie Babies, and they must say retired on the tag. So on the tag they'll say retired. Save yourself some time, guys. These Beanie Babies aren't worth anything if they're not before 1993, and they don't say retired. As you guys can see, I have a plethora of them. This is just a little section out of my entire garage. Beanie Babies used to be something cool, kind of sort of like stamps. Not anymore, though. Not anymore. So this is number 3, or this is number 2. And lastly, guys, I will leave you with this is sports cards. Now, as you guys know, I'm a very big fan of sports cards, but I would not find a sports card at a garage sale if they're from the 80s and 90s. If you are not educated in sports cards, do not buy 80s and 90s. There are only select few in there. You have your Derek Jeters, you have your Chipper Jones, you have only really big names like Kobe, Michael Jordan in the 80s, not in the 90s because they're not worth anything. So really make sure that you are if you get it at a steal, less than like 30 bucks for a big lot, I would not buy it, guys. It's the majority of it is junk. They call it the junk era for a reason. There are select players in there. You have key years like 93 for baseball and basketball. You have 96 for basketball, Kobe Bryant. And you also have your Chipper Jones. And if you have Michael Jordan in the 80s, 89 and below, not the 90s, Again, guys, be very, very careful. There are big players like Hakeem in the 90s. It's just not worth anything, guys. There's so many and they're so massively produced. I would not invest in sports cards in the 80s and 90s unless you get it for a really good price and you know what you're looking for, so you can kind of go through them really quickly. Also, if you find sports cards from what I've learned, from 2011 to 2021, just know that the person that you are buying it from more than likely picked through it, meaning there's not going to be anything left for you to find out. There are select few instances where you find a binder of a kid who just wants to get rid of them. I have done that myself. I found a big red binder that was really, really worth it for me. But guys, stay away from 80s and 90s. And if they're modern stuff, just know that that person, whoever you're buying it from, more than likely picked through it. So stay educated on sports cards. It's a little bit different than Pokemon cards because there's so many sets and so many different kinds of players out there. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys can, leave a comment down below as to what you bought at a garage sale or bought to resell that just doesn't resell. So let me know down below. And oh, if I could add one is art. Be very, 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 very careful with art. That's something that I'm kind of learning on not to make that mistake again, just like this painting in the back right here. Yeah, so that's another video for another time, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys on the next time. Peace.